Hello, this is Ann Mazinga. Welcome to Retail Field Report's People of Retail Field Report, live from Arcade in Bentonville, Arkansas. We don't even need an applause sign anymore. You guys are doing this right on cue. I love it. We have our next guest. We get to have the absolute pleasure of introducing Sam's Club Vice President of Digital Merchandising, Rina Hurst. Rina, welcome to Retail
Hi,
Field
everybody.
Report.
Thank you for having me.
You get to play this game too. Rina, what did you do before work this morning? And if you say got up at 4:30, I'm going to lose my mind.
So I really like to sleep.
I found my people.
I have
now,
trouble
Tracy.
falling asleep, and then I like to sleep. So I am not a 4:30 in the morning sort of person. But there are probably a lot of things I do before I leave the door, regardless of when I wake up. There's three that are consistent for me.
Okay, let's hear 'em.
The first is coffee.
Yes.
So
and
I drink a lot of coffee because I need to. I don't know. Coffee drinker? Yes, we all drink a lot of coffee. I'm always on the go, always drinking coffee. I always have a coffee thermos, and it's always full of coffee.
coffee for sure.
But before I get into the hustle of coffee, I sit at home and pour myself a cup of coffee in a ceramic mug and enjoy it. And it is a game changer.
Oh.
So it's like enjoying coffee on a work day. Like, we can all do this. It's a 5-minute ritual. And it's game changing.
Yeah, I just talked to the CIO at Red Wing Shoes, and he's Irish, and he's like, I can't do the Irish accent. It's not even gonna try. But he was like, you have to sit and enjoy the coffee,
Yeah,
Ann.
you
can't
do.
be
You
doing it.
So coffee.
Okay, coffee.
Then comments. So the first email I read every single day is the one I get 4 in the morning that's automated and pushed to me, and it is it's generally angry comments that our members leave.
This was like serenity to let's just get a punch in the face.
It gets me ready. But it's humbling. And sometimes there's wonderful things in there, but often customer members on our case at Sam's Club are telling us what's not working. And to start your day with a little bit of that gut punch, it kind of keeps you humbled and real throughout the day, because you're like, oh, I have to go to work and solve some of these problems. And oftentimes they're really good. They're not dumb problems. They're real problems that are people don't like. The other day, simple. We had a long sleeve swim shirt, but the picture, we called it a long sleeve, but it was a short sleeve.
Oh.
And I was like, oh, that's something we can easily fix, right?
Yes.
Little things that the member's still going to buy it, but they were confused. So we see lots of things that come through this comment. So coffee, then comments. And then before I leave the house, it's carpool. I have a 13-year-old and a 10-year-old, and they are very busy. They're busier than me. And my husband's amazing, but there's always so much to coordinate. And I feel like before I leave the house every day, it's check. Who's doing what? Who's going where? How are we getting people to things? And sometimes it's very real time, and we're making plans on the fly, and texts are flying with friends. But it takes a village to be a working parent. And Bentonville is an amazing community for this. And we only moved here a couple of years ago, but we've met such amazing people here that help us do all the things we need to do to be working parents and have kids that have ambitions too. So coffee, comments, carpool. That's my morning.
Does your husband, my husband hates it. I call it the 15-minute stand-up in the morning of where does everybody need to go? Who's picking up what's happening, and what's for dinner, and then no one figures it out.
Yeah, we don't usually figure out dinner, but we get at least through end of day. And then usually there's another stand-up that has to happen at that point.
Yes.
Okay, how are we doing dinner tonight?
Yes, precisely.
Well, Sam's Club is the answer usually.
Right. Okay, well, tell me a little bit then about what you oversee in your role now. What's all underneath Rina's purview?
Yeah, I have the great pleasure and privilege of helping bring items to life on samsclub.com. It's as simple as that. It's one thing that's really special about Sam's Club is we're very curated. So we're very selectful about how many items we put on our site or how many items we put in the club. It's only about 5,000 SKUs in our club, right? And Tracy, at Walmart, that's in the millions, right? And Walmart is trying to be everything to everyone. We're trying to be really curated and careful, and that means every item matters. Every story behind the item matters. How we tell that story, on the item page, all the way up to how does our members discover these great items.
Yeah.
We're always trying to make the experience better. And it starts with great items.
Yeah.
And making sure those items have great stories, and we're telling those stories each and every day. people choose us because of our items, but we now have all of the convenience offerings that Walmart has, thanks to all the great tech that we've been building together over these past years. So members can come in club and shop, or they can shop online and get them through curbside pickup, delivery. Now we have express delivery, which is very, very exciting. In our first week, we saw a delivery in under 8 minutes happen from our club to a daycare literally across the street, and it was items they needed for daycare that day. So you're just seeing these use cases emerge that are like, wow, we're like helping people with their lives. We're helping businesses run and do amazing things, and this like ability to have the right item, get it to our members quickly makes a difference.
Yeah, that's such an interesting way, and again, like a very smart way that Walmart and Sam's Club are working together, because it's got to be so interesting to see the crossover of data, like what products are going in bulk from Sam's and what products are going from Walmart Business and from Walmart Plus and from Walmart.com. Like that's got to be really fun to just kind of continue to innovate so closely.
Yeah, and you know what's interesting is the technology is similar, but the look and feel of that is really different. Because our member and how they shop and what they're it all looks different. But there's things that we can leverage and lean on together, and then we have to put our own spin on it, which is the fun of our jobs.
Yeah, well, I want to talk about a few of the things that you've accomplished in your role. 40% of transactions at Sam's Club happen digitally. You can correct me if these numbers are wrong, but this was my data that I pulled. 40% adoption of Scan and Go in Club, and a 23% increase in digital sales last quarter.
That's correct. That is correct.
Wow. That's not, when you think of Sam's Club, the giant building warehouse, those are pretty like big pin-up numbers for digital penetration.
It's pretty, and it's growing fast, and it continues to grow, and we see more of our members gravitating to it, and then we see these members who are shopping in club and online, and the power of being an omni club retailer, but for our members and being able to meet our members how they're shopping, where they're shopping, in the way they want to, and we want to be there for them in all of those occasions.
What do you think is the most impressive thing to you that you've been able to accomplish in your last couple of years at Sam's Club?
I actually think express delivery is a game changer for us, and the reason is for those that shop at Sam's Club, and I hope many of you do have memberships, it's often and traditionally been thought of as a bulk shop, right? Or a stock up, or I need toilet paper, or I need, it's like it's Sunday and I need to stock up my house, and I'm thinking about it once a month. And what express delivery has allowed us to do is take really amazing items we have in the club and turn them into single-use occasions, like our cafe pizza. For $8.99, you can get a 16-inch hot pizza delivered to your house in like under an hour. And now we are competing with pizza chains, because suddenly like you see these orders of members coming and picking 1 to 8 pizzas and having them delivered to their church or to their house for a use occasion. Oh, and while you're at Sam's, we might as well buy the plates and the salad, like the pre-made amazing kale tortellini salad, or like these cute, oh, you love it? Yeah. Or we have some like amazing, I was just in a meeting when I was hearing about these FIFA, we have these amazing, look them up, FIFA plates. They're like soccer themed plates that, we got a couple more weeks to sell through those. So go buy some plates. Right, and so you start with this anchor item with its like exceptional quality and great quality, both on the value of the item as well as the quality of what it is, and the quality of how it's made. Sushi. We have incredible sushi that's handmade in our clubs every single day, and you can get it delivered to your door in under an hour. And so that's why I get excited about it, because it just opens up a whole new way of serving our members and giving our members more reasons to believe and more reasons to purchase. Because we're a membership-based club, right? Every member pays to shop with us, and we were like take that very seriously. Like, how do we pay for the member? How do we pay for your membership? How do we ensure you're getting value every single day with every single item, with every single interaction? That's why I read the comments every morning, to make sure we're working hard for our members every single day.
That's really incredible. The 30-minute delivery thing has got to be especially important to you, given your last several years working in the last mile delivery space. You were at Shipt, you were at Walmart Go Local, like you've been in this space. What does 30-minute or less delivery now from Sam's force you and your team to really think about and prioritize going into this next year? Like, what's next for you to be like, we have to nail this and get this right?
Yeah, I think it's knowing those items that anchor those experiences,
Right,
and surfacing them in a great way. And I never would have thought like formula would be one of our fastest, like the item, but like, hey, it opened our eyes to a use case that's really important. And so it's making sure those items are very prominent, that delivery in under an hour is very prominent. We're making it very clear to our member that they can get it as quickly as possible, and finding all those use cases and going after them in a big way.
I think that makes a lot of sense. Are there key items, so formula being one of them, like other things that you're excited to like see, or bets you're making besides sushi and the kale tortellini salad being delivered with the FIFA plates?
Most people, one of the top items we sell in our club. Anyone want to guess?
Bananas?
Rotisserie chickens. It's another cult favorite. Thank you, Tracy. Well done. She knew the answer. It's another cult favorite at
Rotisserie
Sam's Club.
chickens, yes.
About $4.98. My family ordered. I was not home for dinner last night, and they ordered it, and they said it was exceptional. And I was like, great. It's like one of the things we're known for is our hot rotisserie chicken, $4.98. So, right, these are like, we know what our top items are. We know these favorite items of our members. We're making sure they're accessible to all members, always in stock, great experience online so people can find them and buy them and have great experiences like Tracy.
Amazing. Okay, so shifting gears a little bit. We both worked at Target. That's where we met. You were at Shipt, and then you moved to Bentonville to work for Walmart and now Sam's. Rina, why do you stay?
Oh.
And what is it about this culture that you see such promise in?
Okay, I'm going to answer this a little differently than I was first going to say it's the people, obviously. I would say I came to Walmart for my head. I stay at Walmart for my heart.
Wow.
Yeah.
Put that on a plaque.
I, during the pandemic, admired so much how Walmart was innovating in e-commerce, in last mile, was just making these amazing investments in technology and truly being very people-led with all of it. It was very impressive to watch from the outside, and I was like, oh, that's a company I'm interested in. I got a phone call, and I was like, yeah, let's check this out. And then, here I am a couple years later. But I stay for my heart. It's the people here that make a difference, but so is the purpose. Mm-hmm. The purpose of these companies, Sam Walton's concept and like why he started these companies is so humbling. And I will tell you, like, we talk about it every single day. It's not just like a mantra on the wall. It's not just a book you read when you onboard. Like, we talk about what would Sam Walton do and what was the ethos of his ideas here every single day. And in fact, at Sam's Club, right, because we're very SKU constrained, or we have like a very like limited SKU assortment. We went back to the archive, and Sam Walton started Sam's Club as an experiment, right? And he put all he called them his mavericks that he put over at Sam's Club, and he's like, go try something and see what happens. I think there's an idea here, and it has turned into a $96 billion business. Which is incredible, right, as an experiment. But like that culture of experimentation and being a maverick and wanting to try things and fail fast is still very much a part of the culture, which is really fun coming from like both big retail and startup retail to see like how do you work in a big environment but have that kind of scrappiness to always like try something, and if it doesn't work, like we'll fix it, right? Yeah. And we do that a lot. We fail fast a lot. But we went back to the archives and found what the original principles were for merchandising at Sam's Club. And
what were they?
Well, I'm not going to reveal them here, but I will tell you they are still relevant today, right? So something that was written in the 1980s, these principles, because Sam's Club was founded in 1983, and you read these principles, this memo that was written in 1983, it still applies today. And so, like, think about that, getting to work for a company where the ethos and having the opportunity to work at a place that has so much history and it all matters.
Yeah.
And you can just build on that and stay true to that ethos, but iterate based on where the member is going, which is about, having technology that provides more convenience every single day. So it's mind-blowing, it's humbling, it's so cool, and I hope to stay here for a very long time.
Well, and I imagine, I've heard that from a lot of people. I think back during the pandemic, I interviewed one of the tech teams at Sam's Club about bringing curbside to life during the pandemic in 6 days. I still remember that fact. Like, they set up a team in a house across the street, and they were like, we're gonna figure this out, and we're gonna figure it out in 6 days, and they did.
That's the Maverick spirit.
It is. It's really incredible. I mean, how does that come into kind of the principles of the team that you are working on? Like, again, like a culture question, because I think that's so important right now in the age of AI tools. Like, how does that make your team, or how does that inspire the team as they're thinking through, like, they did that in 6 days, now we got to go figure some stuff out in that amount of time? Like, they're setting the bar.
I think Tracy would probably agree with this. What's fun about e-com and e-commerce is you can make a change almost immediately, and you can see it almost immediately. You can see the results almost immediately, and you can pivot really quickly. And so I think, like, being okay with moving fast, being okay with taking a bet. We have ways to A/B test and do it the old way and do it the right way, but, like, sometimes we just put it out there and see what happens. And I think, like, we can always get better at that, and we can always take more risks. But I think having a culture where it's okay is great. We have an all hands coming up, and we're actually going to celebrate. I'm going to call it not a failure, but a project that had, like, a great idea but never got off the ground. And we're going to spend time talking about it and celebrating it, because that's the right culture that the team needs to understand, so they feel comfortable taking risks and seeing what happens. And we want to recognize behavior like that all the time.
That's
Maverick spirit.
Incredibly impressive. Okay, I want to talk about the future and where things are going. When I grew up going to Sam's Club, every Saturday morning I went with my grandparents and my parents, and we'd go to Sam's Club, and I just remember, like, the giant carts and all the samples. The samples! It was like my grandpa's favorite thing. Like, I don't think he bought a single thing at Sam's Club.
That's okay.
It was like, I got the membership for the samples. But it's always been, in my mind, and I think a lot of other people's mind, about the box. And when you have a limited number of SKUs in that box, and you're really thinking strategically about where the future is going, 30-minute delivery, and those products that have to be readily available for your members, what are you doing right now, especially the treasure hunt component and, like, that new discovery and Members Mark and the new products that your own brand products? What are you going to be doing as you think forward about consistently providing that discovery experience from the store in a digital format?
Yeah, it's really fun to create a treasure hunt experience online. We're trying new things all the time. We have new arrivals shelves. We feature, obviously, seasonal items. But one thing I'm really excited about that we're doing is we're focusing on this area of our site that we're calling Members Mark Community. So Members Mark is our private brand, and it's all in-house, all created in-house, and it is our premier brand. It's not just a brand that we're proud, like, we are so proud of it. It has the highest health and wellness standards. It has nature commitments as a part of it, and it has just a very high standard and brand ethos. And what we're doing is, or what we did earlier this year, is launch something called the Members Mark Community. It's live on our site. And today we have 150,000 members who have opted to join our community. And in this community, they join and they give us feedback on products we haven't yet launched. They help us co-create every single Members Mark item, whether it's food or apparel, that goes on our site, goes into our clubs. And that's part of the treasure hunt, is now, like, how do we expose some of those videos and the great content they're giving us about why they helped select that Members Mark legging, or why we made the yogurt covered peanuts a certain way. Like, all of it has a why behind it. And now we have a story to tell, and now our members who are helping create these items are part of that storytelling. Yeah. And so I think that's part of the discovery and part of the treasure hunt. But it's fun to shop in club too.
Yeah, and right? Built-in buyers. I mean, you've got built-in buyers.
That's
if they're
right.
contributing to what's being purchased or what's being created, hopefully they're buying those yogurt-covered peanuts.
People pay a lot of money to get reviews and to get these on their site, and we just naturally have it by a community who has opted in and choosing to be a part of our community. And so it feels very, I don't know, it's like back to the heart. Like, it just feels very, like, tight-knit. It's like a tight-knit place to shop, because you just have a little bit more trust in those items because it came from our own membership base.
What about when people are trying to bring brands into Sam's Club? How do they become part of this very exclusive SKU count?
I also,
What advice do you have
Yeah.
for either brands or technology companies that are like, I like what I'm hearing during this Retail Field Report Live, Rina?
It's very, there's one thing that's very similar to what Tracy said. It's all about value. We have to create extreme disruptive value with every single item that we bring into the club or online. And that's just not just in price point, that's in quality, experience, and how we build trust with our members. So it's quality, it's value, 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 value. Okay, so that's like priority one. But the thing that's interesting, and I sit adjacent to our merchants, I spend a lot of time with our merchants. Our merchants at Sam's Club say no more than they say yes, because they have such limited slots for every item to fight for. And I think that makes us all better. That means every item that gets selected has to hit like a very high threshold. And we do experiment with products, we do experiment with new brands, and a lot of them make it. And so start with that value. How are you bringing value to the member? That's pack size, that's price, but it's also quality. How is the quality the best it possibly can be? And how are we helping people's lives with an item like this? And how's it complementary to the assortment that you're already carrying? How do you complement what we're already doing with Members Mark in a curated way? Does it fit in all clubs, or is this a play for certain parts of the country? You know, we're always thinking about how to make our clubs feel like more like the community that they represent. So those are all good things to be thinking about. But yeah, it's hard because again, they're saying no way more than they're saying yes. But a lot of brands make it, and we're always excited to bring new brands into Sam's Club.
Excellent. All right, let's close the conversation with the same question that we asked Tracy. What was the last moment that you, Rina, said, wow, I love my job?
Today, I got to see the future of AI shopping.
More?
And it's coming fast. It's coming fast, and it blew my mind because members, customers are going to completely change how they shop in the future, right? And we are getting ready for that and thinking through it. And again, taking technology that Walmart has already developed, but really thinking through it from the lens of a membership-based model. And I was so happy because I was like, oh my gosh, this is making me think in a dimension I've never thought in before. Because for so many years, online shopping has been, you go to this website or the app of the retailer you're interested in, you use the search bar, you type the thing you're looking for, maybe you discover some other things along the way, you check out, right? It's a very static process since the start of time, right? Since the start of e-commerce. And it's changing, and we're going to be there at the front of it. And it's so amazing and so cool, and it's so humbling to think about how we can do that and how we can do that with speed and how much fun we can have along the way.
Well, I am incredibly excited to watch how I'm going to be changing my shopping at Sam's Club. Thank you so much, Rina Hurst. I appreciate you taking the time.
I appreciate you.
Thanks to all of you for joining us here live in Bentonville, and to those of you watching at home later. And until next time, stay curious.